Hello, everybody. Brian Oxley back here. Uh, Still working on this. I don't have a name for it yet. This fighting game I've been kind of messing around with. The theme would be, post-apocalyptic Mad Max. There's prisons across the territory, and they have like a fighting club. They fight each other, and the fighters can gain privileges, I guess, if they win or not. And there could be tournaments. I've got a bunch of notes, ideas. With also thought, I've created 64 of these fighters, um, so you could break it down into eight different prisons. You could have like a season where they match up with each other to get so many points for wins, stuff like that. Last night I was kind of jotting down some notes here and trying to come up with some, the basics I've shown in a couple of the other videos. I'll show a little bit more here, but um, I guess the first thing was I was thinking I felt like I liked the deck, and if you've watched other videos, um, it's pretty much each of these fighters has a possibility of five different offensive and defensive qualities. Also, with a chance to roll for a bonus if one of these activates. In the deck, there's five each. Each card has a blue side, a red side, and has like five chin cards, five counter cards, five footwork cards. Obviously, all five of the 10 qualities, there's five cards for each that could possibly come up. There's some just straight up one side gains a couple points off the other. There's some, if they have a certain quality, they get a chance for roll a triangle for instant knockout. Speed or combo, they get a chance. Power, they get a chance. I think that's there's the super punch if they have power. Square is an instant knockout. Um, but I was thinking, what I don't want to get too crazy. I felt like it was pretty solid. Where the deck was at as far as fairness. Each anybody has a chance. Even the worst fighter, they get say one of those instant knockouts. Say that they have the only quality they have is counter, uh, and you roll triangle, they get a knockout. So it could be a big surprise victory. So, but I was looking for one. I felt like there needed to be just one more thing added somehow, and I came up with an idea that you'd have through the narrative of the game, you would have guys are going to be rivals at some point. Whether they've fought each other a bunch of times, whatever it is. My thinking would be, any two fighters, if the fight ends up 1-0, that would be considered. They had a really good knockout drag out. That maybe they would have the rival quality with each other, and maybe they'd only have a max of two or three guys that could happen. So I added this card, um, rivals card. So if you flip this, um, and they are rivals, then it'd be just a simple D6 roll, regular D6 roll, and you know each one would be a different point value. So I pretty much just a easy. Let's see if I can get this to focus. So you roll a one, the red fighter would knock the other one down 3, 2, 1, and same with the blue. So figured that might be just an added narrative to it. I also was thinking about whether it would be a tournament or a season or just a one out, whatever, however it would be. It'd be cool to have like something that would affect on the fight a little bit. So I'm not sure if I can get this. Try to get this on screen here. Um, get this out of the way. Those are the extra guys. Let's see if I can get this over. Yeah. So normally I just keep track like this. I write, the red fighter, blue fighter. We'll just pick a couple of guys here. Vega's pretty good, and Brennan's pretty good. Should have had this organized a little better before I started. So the red fighter is Brennan, and the blue fighter is Vega. Now normally I start, I've been using 12 as the starting number, and then once one fighter gets down to 0, then their other fighter wins. So, but I was like, I need, but looking to add narrative to it, and I didn't want to get too crazy, but also wanted to have something to kind of give me a little boost in my when I'm playing, to give me a little what's happening, stuff like that. So I came up with this chart. It's a 11 to 66 chart, and my thinking would be how I'm going to play it would be before the match or fight. Sure, not sure if it's an actual fight. It's obviously in a steel cage, um, but I'm thinking more of a fight more than like wrestling. But before each match, you would roll Fury die for each guy, and if it comes up a circle, then you would roll on this chart, and it could affect positively and negatively to the starting point total that the fighter starts with, obviously, and gives you a little narrative of why he's starting with that number, up or down. So let's just go into this match saying that uh, for both fighters, I rolled a circle. And we'll just see what kind of effects that has on them. So for Brennan, he rolls a 34. So 34 says he woke up with an illness, and we're going to roll on the severity chart, number 1. So Brennan wakes up sick. He's not feeling good. It's going to affect him a little bit. He's going to start off, instead of 12, he's going to start off with 11. And now for Vega, he gets a 12. So um, he had a good discussion with the prison therapist during the week. So he's going to get to roll on the chart too, which is a positive chart, and helped a little bit. He's actually going to start with a 13. So that's kind of how that would work. It would be triggered by, like I said, a pre-roll of a circle. It wouldn't happen all the time. There's positive and negatives in here. Just try to keep it simple. So let's go ahead and well, we got these guys out here. Just run a quick match with these guys and see how it plays out. Yeah, both of these guys would be considered pretty good. They both have 8 of the 10 qualities there, and nice mix of possible bonuses thrown in there too. So give it a cut, and let's just see how it plays out. Just a random fight. Like I said, Brennan not feeling the best, but he's gonna go with it. And Vega, had a good week. Got some talked to some help. Got some positive feedback, so he's feeling okay. So he's at 13. So here we go. Does Blue have speed? He does. Vega has speed, so he's going to knock off 1, and he gets the bonus 2. So that's Brennan already down to 8 right off the bat. Does he have dodge? He does. He's going to get a chance at a little bit of a counter. Doesn't get it with the circle. Needed a square. Red and blue both land. So they're both down 1. Now red has a good attack, so he's going to knock Vega. Brennan's going to knock Vega down to 11. Does blue have dodge? He does. Has a chance to counter, and he does. So Brennan down to 6. Does blue have block? He does. Red does not have combo. Red does have footwork. Let's see if he can get the bonus, and he does with the square. So Vega down to 10. Red have power. He does. He's going to get 1. Doesn't get the bonus. So Vega down to 9. Red tough. Yep. Triangle will give him 2. Nope. Didn't get it. Are they rivals? Well, let's just say they are. We talked about that card at the beginning, so let's just say they are. So we're going to roll a d6, and let's see, where did I put my chart? right here. We're gonna roll, and it's a 2. So the red fighter. So Brennan's gonna get nice fury there and get Vega down to 7. Quick strike for red. Does he have speed or combo? Yes, he has speed. So he's going to get a chance for a quick knockout here if he can roll a triangle. And he does. So Brennan would get the knockout um, over Vega. So that's kind of where I'm at so far in the progress of this. Like I said, the the cards are balanced as far as the same amount of qualities for each attribute that the fighter could have. Um, so I'm having fun with it. I did a couple tournaments um, before last week, I think, and kind of just played it out straight. And now I've started another tournament. I've added, like I said, I added enough guys, so I have 64. So I'm going to have 4 brackets of 16 and play those out and get to the final 4, and then get an ultimate champion, and hopefully in between there find out, add some, maybe a couple more things. But yeah, this is the bracket of the first um, tournament I ran. What I did was I took all the fighters. Um, Pretty much what I did was I added up, put them in a spreadsheet, added up how many of the main qualities they had. Based on the symbols, I gave a point, 1 point for a triangle, 2 points for a square, 3 points for a circle. Added all those up, put those in a column, and then added up all the possible bonuses they could have, put those in a column, and then sorted them, starting with how many qualities they had, then how many possible chances they'd have for a bonus, and then third was the total points, and then seeded them 1 through 64 and put them in some brackets, and that's how I'm going to play it out. So actually, in my first this first bracket, actually Brennan was in it, and he kind of he came through. He was the, let's see, third seed in this bracket, and yeah, he had a pretty good time. He had 3 straight knockouts, um, and then had a big wins in the semifinals. I guess considered semifinals and championship. So he kind of rolled to the win in this bracket. So, but no, I just thought a quick video. Like I said, added like a pre-match idea to kind of add a little bit of narrative. I don't know about post-match so much. My thinking would be kind of in this because it's a prison fighting type of game. Whether it be the tournament or a season, it would be week to week. Um, they'd be fighting, and a lot of these things kind of the week leading up to their next match. There's a couple results in here. If they lost their last time out, they might have to roll on the severity chart 1 because they're still kind of, got some injuries from the week before, so that might knock them down a little bit. Um, and then all just different kinds of ideas I could come up with, trying to think of what could affect, in this very fictional idea, a fighter either gaining or losing points. So that's what I came up with. So that's that, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.